forum. Advantages of working in the group. What are the advantages? Does it improve group performance? Yes. If you are working in the groups, you may have more ideas, but you may have too many ideas also. Right? It can be disturbance. Member satisfaction is there. If he is able to contribute and the success is there, he can claim, I was part of the team who was successful. Right? Learning for each other. You learn from each other experience and learning from each other's interaction. Cultural understanding. If they are different cultures, then you understand how they work together. Creativity. It improves creativity because it's giving you more ideas. So when you are learning here together, you are actually learning from each other, right? Also, not only learning from me, learning from each other also. How do you behave? How does you react? Or what kind of tools you are using to learn outside? So it increases civic engagements. It helps with civic engagement. Disadvantages. The disadvantages are, it takes a lot of time, energy and resources. Why it does take time and energy resources?
Because you have to gather all people together.
Yes. You need a place to sit down. You need to listen to everybody's idea, right? So it takes time. It takes a lot of energy for other peoples to consume the ideas of different peoples. They may agree, they may not agree. If they agree, fine, less time, less resources. If they don't agree, have a discussion, debate. So it takes more time, more energy and more resources, right? Conflict usually happens in all the groups. Conflicts are bound to happen, right? People problems. They may not like each other personally. So there may be problems. Not conflicts, but they just don't like it. Okay?
Some kind of reason.
Yes. Some kind of reason.
Somebody don't want anymore.
Yeah.
So that's kind of.
So what are group dialectics? The group dialectics are competing or contradictory component in the group work. So how do we balance the group dialectics? Group dialectics means they are two forces within the same group who may have different agendas, conflicting agendas, or maybe towards the same goal but two different paths to go, right? Maybe you want to go from one place to another place. Somebody will say, okay, take north side route, take south pole route. Both will reach the same destination. The difference is there in the approach, correct? If you are discussing about increasing the sales, one person may say reduce the price, the volume will increase. Another party will say no need to reduce the price, give more service. So both may result in the same direction, but they have different methods. So there are all contradictory components. So how do we manage? So the balance is challenge is taking both, and rather than either approach on resolving dialectic tensions in the group. So you need to be able to take one approach or both of them. So you want to maybe mix, find a balancing solution between both the contradictions, or you have to choose one of them, right? So it's not very easy. It requires a lot of negotiation powers between the two parties. Who will win? It depends on the negotiation and persuasion skills of the peoples. So the balancing means individual goals and group goals. First thing is we need to make sure that the personal goal of both parties are incompatible with the group goals. If one party is not compatible, then means the other party definitely wins because they are compatible with the group goal, right? But if both are compatible, then you have to choose. Conflicts is there. Cohesive groups are committed, unified and willing to engage in a conflict. So you need to create a cohesive group. Means you need to tell them, okay, we are working towards the same goal. Let's try to come to a balance. Maybe you can have a negotiation. Okay, we try this method first. Let's try for 3 months. Doesn't work, we choose the another one. Thus you are normally unified, right? And some members may value group norms but are willing to change, or some members are not willing to change. So you need to make sure that the groups members are agreeing. So members who want to get the job done and add value to the social dimensions. Members also value member similarities and differences. Member need to value the similarities and differences. Effective leadership requires loyal and competent followers. So if the group is led by a proper leader who is listened by both the parties, conflicting parties, then the group members are likely to follow the leader, right? So leader can make a decision. If there is no leader in the group, problem, because then you are always keep on fighting, correct? That's why 3 or more is better, because then you can have voting. Okay, let's take a vote, like a democratic party, political party. You can take a vote, election, right? Take a voting. Whoever wins will be the winner. So members also need to recognize the speed, the need for structure, procedures, and value for creative thinking. Members need to expend energy and work hard, but also need to rest and renewal. So that is important. Engaged and disengaged. So if they are spending too much energy and not resting, it may affect their performance. So they will become disengaged. So they need to spend some time to rest and renew their things, and also need to welcome the inputs and interchange from the others, but protect the group and its work. So it's not that you will accept every idea or every suggestion if it's impact the group discussion, or if it impacts the group's goals, correct? Now let's try to match and define the dialectics. Individual is like a opposite word, eh? So individual will be related with group, right? Closed will be related with open. What is the opposite of open? Close, right? Conflict? Cohesive. Structure? Spontaneity. Conformity? Non-conformity. Leadership? Followership. Engaged? Disengaged. Homogeneous? Heterogeneous. Task? Social. Okay. So